I've been waiting so long for this. So, welcome to the very famous Changi Airport. I'm here at Singapore and I've got 6 hours until my flight. So I'm going to be showing you everything you can see and do here in a hurry. Welcome to Changi Airport. So this is more than just an airport. This is a destination all to itself. This is an award-winning airport that is the world's best or second best, depending on the year. Known for its amazing facilities, free attractions, world-class service, with more flights leaving here than anywhere else. Located in the heart of Southeast Asia, Changi Airport is Singapore's international gateway, serving over 100 airlines and connecting to 400 cities worldwide. With 4 operational terminals and a 5th one in development, the airport handles over 65 million passengers annually. What makes Changi truly special? It offers an unparalleled airport experience. You can explore the Jewel at Changi Airport, home to the world's tallest indoor waterfall, the Rain Vortex, and a stunning indoor forest. The airport also features free movie theatres, a butterfly garden, a rooftop swimming pool with a little additional $25 cost, and even a slide that is free to enjoy. Okay, so before we go any further, this is the part that gets most people. I am here now at the Jewel. The Jewel is a mall and it's the most iconic part here of the airport with the Rain Vortex behind me, but it is not in the airport itself. This is connected to Terminal 1, but you can visit here at any time of the day, whether you're flying or not, because it's outside of security. But that also means that if you are transiting through here to somewhere else, you actually have to pass through immigration, enter Singapore to see this. And that's what most people don't understand. So just know for your trip, don't get caught out. If you want to see the Rain Vortex, you need to be in Singapore. So the Jewel itself is kind of an event in its own right. So people often come here to stay for a staycation. So they'll book into one of the airport hotels. Just people taking pictures. And then they'll come and explore the Jewel for the Saturday, stay over on the Saturday night, explore again on Sunday. This place is huge. You could easily spend a day just shopping here if you did nothing else. This is getting even better. So I've just come downstairs to level 1 to the concierge to exchange my Explorer Pass for the activities upstairs because I had one left. And I've just found that there's an early check-in with a bag drop here, so even though I'm flying out of Terminal 4, I can drop my bag here. Oh, I like this airport. I'm not very good at things like this. So this is the hedge maze. I'm on the 5th floor now and I'm trying to get out of the maze. This could be amusing. To the centre. In the centre of the maze is this platform where you can see out over the rest of this deck. I'm pretty impressed at my timings for this. Okay, this is Canopy Park. It's the biggest attraction here on this floor. But I will say, it is rather warm up here. So it's a glass dome and you can feel the heat. So just know that when you come in for the airport, that make sure you're still dressed in your summer clothes. So far this definitely wins prettiest airport award for me. Wow. It's easy to forget that you're in an airport. But whatever you do, don't forget you still have a flight to catch. dinosaur slides. Yes. Okay, that was good fun. Big kid. Oh, every so often you walk past like air conditioning units and it is so nice. Carrying on is Foggy Bowls. Well, that was good timing. So you can run through the mounds, up and down, through the fog. Just try not to fall over. You also have the very iconic bouncing nets. This place is pretty special. So the bouncing nets are $24.90 to get in, and you go all the way up and round. Great way to entertain and tire out the kids. And there's the walking net, which is the other option that you have here. So from here in the night time you can see all the way down.
See people walking.
Wow. So this is level 5, and down there basement 2 with nothing between us. And this is such a green airport. Okay, remember we're still not technically in the airport yet, but across all of the different terminals there are so many different gardens, butterfly gardens, cactus garden, so many green spaces to kind of unwind between your flights. And there is where the Skytrain goes that connects the different terminals. So this is the MasterCard bridge. And big glass floor. This is probably my favourite thing up here. This is great fun. And the view here is some of the best in the airport. Look at it! Wow. This is quite a long way up. And there is no shortage of places to eat and drink up here. Well, maybe not the cheapest. Now, if you have a lot of time to kill, I would recommend the Changi Experience Studio. It's like 4D interactive experiences, but you could quite easily get lost in there spending too much time. Across levels 1 to 4, it's free to enter, but just know that it is all stairs, so if you've got your bag with you still, you're going to really struggle to get around. But it's so nice to see all the greenery. bridge that I was on before, and level 5 is the canopy that goes all the way around, but from everywhere you've got great views of the rain vortex. Do it all. The studio is $25 Singapore entry, and it's recommended that you spend between an hour and an hour and a half, depending on how quickly you complete the tasks. The Jewel itself is an incredible mall. It has everything from your popular high street brands to more unique items like the Pokemon store, if that's what you're into. But you've got ways of getting around if you don't want to walk. And it's really funny because normally they're contained in like a specific area. No, there's people just riding around on leopards and dinosaurs and all sorts of other things. Okay, I'm heading over into the terminals now. Bye bye, Jewel. So Terminal 1, 2 and 3 are all connected, they're all in the same building, but Terminal 4 is a bus ride part. They run about every 9 minutes-ish throughout the day, so just kind of factor your times in. So now I'm over in Terminal 2, and that was just the Wonder Wall behind me, which is very, very nice. This airport is huge. So I'm just kind of exploring, trying to tick off as many things as I can before I've got to get back through security so I don't miss my flight. Dreamscape, Terminal 2. Okay, I'm heading upstairs from the Dreamscape now to try and find the sunflower garden. This place is amazing. They look comfy. As I said before, there are so many different things that you can do here. Like you can take a yoga class, don't know why. And there's the airport pool that you can go to, and there are massage chairs. I'm going to try and find one of those before I go. But yes, they are free massage chairs. Skip the fit zone. Just starting to grow. Whilst watching the planes. Okay, so many of the things that you want to see are in the transit area, which means that you need to have a boarding pass before security, but you need a boarding pass at a minimum of 3 hours between going through and your own flight, in particular if you're going to any of the other terminals. So you can, but just make sure you leave yourself. If you have a layover here in Singapore, you can actually book yourself onto a free 3-hour city tour as well. and comfortable seating so you can relax. I think that's such a great idea. So there are about 50 regular cinema seats inside. We can just sit back and relax in the air conditioning and watch a free film. But I don't have time for that. I have a flight to catch. So when people ask all the time, how long could you spend here? A whole day would not be too much. I always watch the videos, escalator, I think 24 hours in the airport. Easy, easy to do here. So I think I'm pushing it with my 6 hours today that I've whisked around trying to see everything for you. So I might not make it to the climbing wall before I head over to Terminal 4. Just snacking my way through the airport. There's so many different free samples. So I'm just working my way across to the immigration hall to get the bus back to Terminal 4 now. I like this. I might walk up again. Free chocolate samples as well. And don't forget to find all of your luxury brands. I'd never be able to afford to get on a flight with all these shops. Wow. It's like Singapore all over. Okay, so for me, Terminal 3 is the one that you want to be in. This is the one where you can find your free cinema, your massage chairs, the butterfly garden, and if you're feeling really strong, and I'm not, adventurous is what I was thinking, but no, strong, there is a climbing wall in the basement of this terminal. I have enough trouble trying to get my bag in the overhead locker without trying to just kill myself doing that as well. Singapore Food Street. So you're looking for somewhere to grab a snack? That is the recommended place to do it. So the bus is about every 20 minutes, I think it was at the moment, to go to Terminal 4. Straight off the bus through bag screening and then you're into the airport again. Okay, made it through security and now I am in Terminal 4, which is where I am actually flying out of to Kuala Lumpur. So here you'll find the Heritage Zone, international food areas, the 24-hour gaming suite, and the 16-metre chandelier climbing frame if you're feeling up to it. I love all the free comfy chairs that they have here, and they've got plugs as well for charging. Which is very odd that we're back on a 3-pin plug as well in a lot of places, which I like. But and then there's your international food hall. Okay, so after grabbing a quick cup of tea, my time here in the airport is now finished. That has been one of the fastest 6 hours ever that I have done anywhere. So I hope you've enjoyed this whistle-stop tour, showing you the highlights of what you can expect and how you can experience it too. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed that I should have done or that I'll do next time. See you there.